I'll take some questions. Yeah.
I know you talked yesterday, I listened to your speech, but you said on a video in January 2019, I'm just going to read it to you verbatim, you said it's been taken out of context. Who are you with? I'm Jessica Greene with CNN. By our law, representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is. This is what you said.
Did you see my speech yesterday? How many stories did you report on Russian collusion conspiracy lies? No, I want to know, have you apologized for Russian collusion conspiracy lies? Have you?
I want you to be able to.
I don't have to.
Do you stand by the fact that you said Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason and that's
I think you heard my speech yesterday. You owe the people an apology. You lied about President Trump. You owe the people an apology. I've done mine yesterday. Okay, next.
Congresswoman, apologize for it. Is there anything you will apologize?
Did any of you hear my speech
You didn't
yesterday?
apologize.
Congresswoman, you didn't mention Pelosi yesterday. Do you regret saying that
apologize.
you regret saying that she is guilty of treason and deserving of death? Do you regret that?
Congressman, what do you see as your role here going forward?
My role is the job I got elected to do. I'm going to vote very conservative, pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-border, pro-American businesses, pro-economy, pro-jobs. We need to reopen this country. We need to put kids back in schools. Keeping them at home is killing our children. Depression is high, suicide's high. We canceled prom, canceled graduation, canceled their lives. I'm going to be working hard on those policies, and I'm going to be holding the Republican Party accountable and pushing them to the right.
Can I follow up on that? What do you say to those electors?
Representative Greene, thank you. Jen Pellegrino with OAN. You mentioned AOC, and I wanted to ask you about that. You know, your supporters commonly know you as MTG. There's a lot of comparisons that could be made as a freshman in Congress making waves, receiving positive and negative attention on both sides of the aisle. Would you say that perhaps you've maybe scared Democrats in the media as well, in the same way that AOC, when she stepped on the scene, kind of made waves among Republicans?
I'd say there's a comparison between us and the fact that we really don't care what other people think about us, because I can say that for myself. I've never met her, but I assume she probably feels that way. But there's a major difference in us. AOC embraces policies of socialism to what you could call communism. She wants to have all the power, and then the people that she claims she wants to help, her policies would reduce them to poverty, and they wouldn't have any freedoms left. So there's a big difference than us. I support our Constitution and all of our freedoms, and I'll work very hard against her policies.
And one more question, if I may. Yes, one more question. So Representative Adam Kinzinger this morning on Twitter, he said there's no remorse here for your past comments, just a huge desire to be famous. What do you say to him and the other 10 Republicans that voted against or voted for removing you from the committee?
Well, there were 10 that voted for impeachment against President Trump, and they definitely paid the price. They heard from Republican voters. There were 11 that voted against me yesterday, and that's something that our leaders should be very upset about. Kevin McCarthy and the rest of the Republican Party is working hard on taking back the majority, and when you have Republicans in the ranks voting against one of their own, opening the door for Democrats to go after every single Republican, that really is a big betrayal, and that could cost us the majority in 22. People are very angry. That's all I've heard from people all morning, furious about that. So I hope that my Republican colleagues really think about what they've done. I'm sure they're going to hear from their voters at home, because the base is loyal to President Trump, and the base has been very loyal to me, and they've shown me that.
My question is there anything that you have said that you now want to say I'm sorry for? Not just you regret or walk back, but is there anything you are sorry for saying in the past?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry for saying all those things that are wrong and offensive, and I sincerely mean that, and I'm happy to say that. I think it's good to say when we've done something wrong. So yeah.
What did you
apologize Nancy Pelosi?
How did you publicly apologize yesterday?
Are you sorry to David Hogg? What were you said to him about?
David Hogg was an adult when I talked to him. I don't think any of you would realize that. David Hogg was working with the organization that was, they were going around working hard for strict gun control laws. I'm very opposed to those policies, and so being in the same situation as David Hogg, my voice matters too. And so, no, I'm not sorry for telling him he shouldn't push for gun control.
You talked earlier about the media teaching people to hate, but wasn't you who liked a page on Facebook and comments saying Nancy Pelosi should get a bullet to the head? And didn't
No,
you
this
reply
reminds
to
me of when
another?
you guys would ask
Did you
President
reply
Trump.
to another about
President Trump
Obama being
denounced
hand
white
saying
supremacy.
Satan
He would say, I denounce it. And then you would ask him again, and he would have to say,
You didn't
I
mention
denounce
those comments yesterday, did you? In your speech?
I have
You didn't
said
mention
it.
those specifics.
You know, here's the thing. When you want to keep telling the same story over and over, but you don't want to tell the truth, that's your
So those were among the most
And that's
offensive
how we
comments
end
you've
press
made. Those were among the most
Thanks, everybody.
Trump.